And with the first pick in the 2019 Annenberg Media Sports Draft, Sports Scene selects Cecil Hannibal, Georgia. Cecil, so proud of you, man. Your family's proud of you, bud. Your family's so proud of you.
Worked so hard for this
And
my
keep
whole
it
life.
up, man. Just the beginning.
Sports Scene starts now. Welcome to the season finale of Sports Scene. I'm Cecil Hannibal.
And I'm Angel Vizcarra.
And we're here to talk about the NFL draft. It's tomorrow night. And Angel, I want to know, what are your predictions for this year's draft?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty stoked about the prospects we have coming into this year's draft. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the different ones we have on our board and where exactly we think they're going to be getting placed. So I think you want to start off talking a little bit about Marvell Tell. So Marvell Tell is a safety for the USC football team. He's coming off his senior season. A lot of people liked what they saw of him during the season, and I think we're excited to see where he'll end up. I'm thinking he'll be around a 4th or 5th round selection. But another guy I know a lot of people are excited about is Cam Smith.
Cam Smith, yeah.
Currently have some footage there rolling for you folks of Cam Smith during his pro day. Cam Smith, a lot of people projecting he'll be a 2nd or 3rd day selection, most likely going in the 5th round to the Tennessee Titans. That's where a lot of mock drafts have him currently. But then we'll keep staying on the defensive side. We're going to be going along to Porter Augustin. He had some big news today. Tested positive for a drug at the NFL Scouting Combine. And folks, just to keep it orderly and clean for you at home, we're going to be dragging players. So like I mentioned, Marvell Tell, he's going to be a day 3 selection most likely. We're going to be going to Cam Smith, like I mentioned.
Pretty good, actually.
Actually pretty good for him.
Good.
There we go. And I think a lot of these guys could show up. And, I mean, you're lucky if you pick up a Marvell Tell. A lot of leadership for your secondary. And I'll get back to Porter Augustin. Obviously, the news breaks today that he tests positive for Adderall. We'll see where that affects his stock.
He'll still get drafted? Do you think is that big enough to knock him all the way out of the draft?
You know what I'll say? I'll say there's a lot of upside, so much upside, in fact, that I think he stays in the draft, likely dropping to a 6th or 7th round spot. I would say with the upside he has, that's honestly a steal if you're an NFL team looking for someone on the edge as a rusher. We'll keep things going. This is one. We had a conversation. This is a hot take right here. I think Chuma Edoga did enough for himself at the Senior Bowl to possibly slide up into that 3rd round, 2nd day. If you would have told me a year ago Chuma Edoga was going to be the highest drafted Trojan in this class, I would have called you silly. I would not have believed you.
Not Cam, not Porter, not Iman, but Chuma.
Chuma Edoga. I think he did just enough for his stock.
That's a hot take.
And we'll wrap up talking about the offensive side of the ball with Toa Lobendon. Unfortunately, I think Toa Lobendon does fall down into the undrafted section of things for the Trojans. But I do think he has a lot of upside. Dealt with injuries. Hopefully he can fix those out. But now we've got a guy in Iman Marshall who I think has done enough speed-wise to show scouts that he's not just a big physical corner. He can keep up with some of those NFL caliber wideouts. I've got him making his way into the NFL, getting drafted on day 3. Really weird for Trojan fans to be seeing this many Trojans on day 3 and possibly one undrafted. Really uncanny. It's been a long time since we've had a draft that someone would consider this slim. But don't worry, Cecil Hannibal did not bail on me. He's got more on the NFL draft and more on one Trojan's particular story.
You know, statistics say that only 2% of college football players will make it to the NFL. But they're just numbers. They can't tell the full story. Everyone's focused on the top prospects, but what about the guys under the radar? Malik Dorton is that. He's an underdog. I spent the last month following Dorton as he waits for the NFL draft.
Let's go. He's a big guy, you know, because he's a defensive lineman. He's big. He's the big, powerful type. He's very intense and focused.
8 a.m. on a Saturday morning, most college students are still in bed, but not former USC defensive end Malik Dorton.
You got to bounce up out of bed, man, and get the work in.
Dorton is training 6 days a week for the opportunity of a lifetime.
You know, it's all a part of the grind. It's all a part of the process.
A chance to play professional football for the NFL. The clock is ticking for his NFL dreams, a dream that started here in South LA.
And on that note,
Dorton was a 4-star recruit from St. John Bosco before committing to USC.
At the University of Southern California.
He grew up in South Central with his mother, father, and he's the middle child of 9 siblings.
It was all like everything you heard on TV. Like when you left the house, it was that fear of, you know, just be safe because, you know, you might not make it home.
After a redshirt freshman season, Dorton spent 4 years suiting up for the Trojans. He won a Rose Bowl and the Pac-12 championship. But now his sights are set on the NFL. But it won't be an easy jump. Thornton isn't a top prospect, and he wasn't invited to the NFL Draft Combine. But he's made it far enough to where he says he'd be crazy to give up now.
He's done all he can. He demonstrated in college he could play with really good technique and was productive, and showed he could do some things in the All-Star game and had a good pro day.
He's a hard-working individual. He's somebody that's determined, he's somebody that's willing to do whatever it takes to be great, and that's what I like to be around. I like to be around people that have that mindset and that mentality.
Iman Marshall, his former teammate, also entered the NFL Draft. Now they're both waiting to see if the commissioner will call their name on draft night.
It's a waiting game.
The NFL Draft starts on April 25th, and Malik's life could change forever.
Let's go, go, go! If he can get a shot with an organization, if they give him a real chance, I think he could make it. Absolutely.
Let's go. I'm trying to get paid, bro. Let's go.
As the pressure builds, Malik is waiting patiently, working hard every day for his chance to make an NFL roster.
All I need is a shot. That's it.
Just one shot.
Just one shot. That's all I need.
As draft night approaches, we wish you the best of luck, Malik, on your NFL dreams. Now it's time for my favorite thing at Sports Scene.
Yep.
A
Family.
game. I love games. You guys know I love to play games. Angel, you know we play games all the time.
Way too much.
And that's a joke you have to be here last year to understand. With the NFL Draft tomorrow, I'm joined with Johnny Flores, Daniel Hun, Anwar Stetson, and Angel Vizcarra to play a draft trivia game.
Let's
you guys
do it.
ready?
Let's get it.
I am so ready.
I'm so ready, man.
So the bell's right here.
Okay.
No cheating. Keep your hands to yourself, guys.
Looks a little close on that
It's a
side.
little
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
Anwar, it's okay. You got to reach. You got to reach.
Let's put hands on thighs. How about
first
that?
question.
There we go. Hands on thighs.
All right, make it fair.
First question. USC is tied for the most #1 picks, right, in NFL draft history. How many USC players have gone first overall?
Whoa.
Angel.
5.
Correct. A point for Angel. All right, my
Sure
next.
he hasn't seen the questions already?
He hasn't seen the questions. I promise you, we would never cheat. We
I'll
wouldn't
go
cheat,
for it.
right?
Never
We would never
lost.
cheat. We would
Never
never cheat.
lost.
Okay. USC has more first-round draft picks than any school. How many USC players have been drafted in the first round? Ooh, Anwar.
I'm going to guess 30.
No.
Oh, rats. He got it.
Nope.
Nope.
Higher.
80.
Close.
Giddy Proctor.
100.
Oh, you were right there. It's 81. No one gets the.
Oh,
gets the answer.
Sammy D.
It was close, but you were the closest. You were the
Okay.
closest. I'll give
Sam
that to you.
Darnold.
Okay.
Never liked you.
What pick was Sam Darnold drafted last year?
Jiminy Cricket.
Overall.
Third overall.
Man, I wasn't even going to go for that one.
Now, I'm
Bloodbath.
gonna throw it out there. What pick was Juju?
Juju Smith-Schuster was selected in the second round. He was the 49 or 44. Final answer, 54.
No.
49.
Close.
Oh, it was.
That's me. He was the 57th pick.
Nope. 62.
Jiminy Cricket.
Wow, Sway.
2 points for you.
I knew it. How did he get that?
All right, now
Seen
you're
that
in the lead
video.
right now. Okay, I'm gonna hit you guys something different. Okay.
Okay.
Which NFL roster has the most USC players on?
Ow.
Goodness gracious.
My bloody pinkle. Pinkle
Daniel.
pinky. You got it, kid.
I'm gonna say the New York Jets.
No.
Seattle Seahawks.
Nope. No. Last one. Give it a guess.
Jiminy
Give it a guess.
Just give it a shot, man.
Oh man.
I'll give you a hint. It's in the South.
In the South.
Oh, I know it. Can I steal it?
Go for it.
Go, man. Take it.
The Tennessee Titans?
Oh, you were something. No, that's not it.
Man.
What? Just spill the beans.
Carolina Panthers.
Panthers?
Jiminy Cricket.
Shock.
Soldier
You guys
Boy
are supposed to know
Panthers.
USC. Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Next question.
There we
Name
go.
2 Trojans drafted last year.
Sam Darnold and Ronald Jones.
A point for you, sir.
Great work.
Wow.
buddy. Daniel for the win.
All right. How many USC players are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame?
Rats.
20.
Nope.
Come on.
I think it's more than that.
No, we are at 42.
No.
It's gotta be like 5.
Nope.
5, boy. 5.
Trojans, specific Trojans Hall of Fame, I'm going to
Dude,
go 15.
The answer is
55.
12.
I'm the closest. I have 15.
You were the closest, but it's not close enough, my friend.
Aw,
Good
man.
grief.
I get 1.
All right, let's keep going.
USC has more first-round picks than any other school. How many USC players have been drafted in the first round?
Wait, we just hit that one,
You said
man.
that one.
81, bro.
Well, you get the answer again.
Okay.
Okay, we're almost out of questions. Let's go with how many Trojans are currently on NFL rosters?
Oh, rats, I got it.
About 300.
No. 37.
Nope.
52.
Close.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I don't know. I'm bad with numbers. I thought this was going to be like a history kind of trivia thing.
Okay.
About
Never
tree
comm majors.
fitting.
Comm majors aren't good at math. Well, thanks for joining me to play NFL trivia, but now transitioning to USC. Angel sat down to catch up with
did.
men's volleyball outside hitter Ryan Moss.
I did. Ryan, you guys got a big matchup coming up next week to start off the NCAA tournament, but thanks for showing up today.
Yeah, of course.
Before we talk about that matchup with Lewis next week, let's talk a little bit about the MPSF tournament. You guys come away with a couple of good wins. Overall, what are your takeaways from that time?
Well, I really like the way we approached every game. From the first game at home against Grand Canyon, it became less about the result, more just about how we played. I tried to echo to the guys before that game, because you can lose any given night.
Yeah.
You can play your best, things can go wrong, and the season can be over. So if you focus on that, then you can lose focus of what you should be really working on. So I told the guys, I was like, let's not focus anymore on how long we play or worry about the result. Let's just focus on how we play. And if we play the right way, then when the season ends, whether it's tonight against Grand Canyon or against UCLA the next night or in the Final Four, then we'll be happy with the result. So we were able to really just focus in on what we were doing at the time. And we're still here. We're still doing it. So
there we go.
So something worked.
Yeah, and as you look back as what's gotten you guys here so far this season, what would you say has maybe been the storyline for this team getting up to NCAAs?
Protecting the house, like for sure, just winning at home.
Yeah.
We talked a bit in the fall about, really winning at home and protecting Galen Center. And I think after that win against number 3 UCI in January, we were unranked at the time. We came into the year unranked, so that was a win that really set the tone for us. We experienced a lot of adversity on the road early on, but all those big wins at home eventually turned into something great that made our season what it is. So I think that was really a defining characteristic for us.
There you go. Well, pardon me, I always like to end sentimental. We're talking, you're a senior, I'm a senior, getting kind of emotional, but just curious, when people look back on Ryan Moss and what he brought to this volleyball program, what do you want them to remember?
That's a big question.
That's a big one.
I think I told my guys early in the fall, we had a meeting with our sports psychologist, Dylan, about something like this. And I kind of just want everybody on the team to remember that I tried to give it my all in the classroom, on the court, and at the court, just all aspects of life, the social life with the team, academically and athletically. I just tried to give my all to these guys in every way that I could, and especially my senior year, I just shut out a lot of other things and just tried to give everything I have. So I hope that the young guys moving forward, they aren't afraid to give it everything they have, because the more you care, the more it hurts. You put yourself out there. So I hope that they can kind of embody that as they move forward, see how seriously they can take it, and see how much of themselves they can give to the program.
Ryan, man, appreciate the time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Best of luck going forward next week.
Thank you.
Catch Ryan and the USC men's volleyball team in Long Beach next week, taking on Lewis.
The regular season ended last week, and now it's championship weekend as both of the tennis teams are in Ojai for the Pac-12 tournament. Both teams come in as top 4 seeds and will look to make some noise this weekend. Now, let's break down the brackets. The 4th-seeded women have a tricky draw. They will face a Cal team who they split the season series with. But the last time the two played, the Trojans dominated the Bears on their way to a 6-1 victory. I like this matchup a lot, and it will be a good test for the team before a very difficult semifinal matchup against Stanford. The Trojans will take on last year's winner, Stanford, in the semifinals. And while last time these two played, it was close, I see the Cardinal finishing on top again in a tight one, with their experience leading them back to the final. In a bracket with very few upsets, this final will be Stanford taking on UCLA. And I'm predicting an upset here with the Bruins coming out on top. Despite the semifinal loss, it was a very strong season for the Trojans, who beat most expectations that were expected of the team. And on the men's side, I have the 2nd-seeded men's doing much better. With a strong difference between the top teams in the Pac-12, I don't see many upsets happening for the men this weekend as well. The Trojans don't face much difficulty against Washington in the quarterfinals. The semifinals, I have them taking on Stanford, and while this is a tricky match, I have the Trojans coming out on top. On the other side of the draw, I have the top-seeded UCLA Bruins beating Oregon and Arizona State to meet the Trojans in the final. These two have dominated the tournament since it started in 2012. There are only 2 teams to win it, and 6 of the 7 finals have featured USC and UCLA. As opposed to last year, though, The Trojans will take down the Bruins this time and claim their 4th win in Ojai. There will be plenty of intense tennis this weekend, but before that happens, our own Lauren Labruna had the chance to catch up and have some fun with senior Jack Yeda from the tennis team for another edition of Slang Terms.
I'm Jack Yeda. I'm a senior from Australia, and I'm on the men's tennis team. Alright, a bludger. Bludger is like definition for a lazy person. It means like when someone's bludging, they're being pretty lazy. A stubby is like when you ask your mate for a stubby, it means like you got a beer. A rat bag. That's usually when parents are talking to little kids and they call a little kid a little rat bag, means they're misbehaving or something. Tea is like dinner, so your parents say you want some tea, means you want some dinner. The bottle is what Americans call the liquor store, that's where you get your alcohol from. Hard yakka is like when you got some, like doing some hard work, it means you're doing some hard yakka. Spit the dummy, you know, a lot of it's used in tennis a bit, is when you're like having a bad match and you're throwing your racket or whatever, you're spitting the dummy.
Women's beach volleyball is closing out their season as they head into the Pac-12 championships this weekend at home at the Merle Norman Stadium. Their first matchup is tomorrow against 7th-seeded Washington, and they'll play through Saturday. We'll have more on beach volleyball later on in the show, but for now I had the chance to play a fun game with power duo Abril Bustamante and Tina Gradina. The two are AVCA All-Americans and together have a record of 57-4, and they're the 4th most successful duo in the program's history. Take a look. Here today with Tina Gradina and Abril Bustamante of the women's beach volleyball team, and we're here for the latest edition of How Well Do You Know Your Teammate. You guys ready? Oh yeah. Okay, so what number does your partner wear? Easy? Okay, that was pretty good. That was good, guys. What is your partner's hometown? Get that fast. You can do it! Redondo, right? What month was your partner born in? Or birthday, if you want to be more accurate. Oh my god, I didn't even literally know. With the month. The month? Oh my gosh, that's pretty good. Is that right? They were born in August? Okay. Do you know each other's majors? Right? Favorite ice cream? Yeah, right? Oh my gosh! Who's funny? Oh my god. She's the one who always goes the best. Everyone else. Ooh, you did that? Yeah. What is your teammate's like quirky habit that nobody else does? Brushing your hair in the shower? That's so normal. Is that normal? I don't know. I don't think brush his hair in the shower. I eat it with the conditioner. Not it. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
She likes a specific side of the bed in a hotel room. The one closest to the window. Who would I think would play Tina in the movie?
Yes.
Oh. For Tina. Easy. Okay, that's easy.
What's her name? Bella something.
Like, no, like something was just crazy. I don't know.
Bella Thorne, really Bella Thorne?
That's such an no, okay, I'm not saying that. I don't know where we're all
All right, well, thank you guys so much for doing this. Back to you guys in the studio.
The 16th ranked USC women's lacrosse team is headed to the Pac-12 tournament this weekend. The team beat Arizona State last Saturday, bringing their conference record to 9-1. They're now the regular season conference champions, earning them a bye through the first round of the tournament. USC has a strong presence on offense and defense, which has allowed the team to stay on top all season. Sophomore goalie Riley Hertford has allowed an average of fewer than 8 goals per game, while making an almost identical number of saves. Sophomore Kelsey Huff, who has started every game since joining the Trojan squad last season, has scored 36 goals this season. The first seed women of Troy will begin play this Friday, taking on the winner of 5th seed Arizona State and 4th seed California. They've played each of these teams twice this season, coming out victorious in all 4 matches. The winner of Stanford and Oregon will take on number 2 Colorado. The victor of that match will hopefully play USC in Sunday's championship game. We talked to Coach Lindsay Monday about the team's attitude throughout the season.
You know, as a coach, I'm just grateful for them, for that belief and that buy-in, and they really, you know, came into this year with sort of a renewed sense of purpose and how they wanted the season to go, and they really led this group, both on the field and off, and really kind of set the tone from day one of what they wanted, you know, the spring to be.
Catch the women of Troy this weekend at the Pac-12 tournament in Eugene, Oregon. Now let's toss it to Isabel for a championship warm-up.
Thank you, Faith. 3 Trojan sports teams are headed to the championships, and today I will tell you all their current standing. The 3-time national champion beach volleyball is setting their sights high for a win this Thursday against the Washington Huskies. If they win, that would place them into the winner's semifinal brackets. A loss for them would place them into the contender brackets. And they would play another match that Thursday afternoon. From what I see, they are looking good. We have 2 AVCA All-American senior Abra Bustamante and Tina Gradina leading the team. We are also entering this championship on an 8-duel winning streak, the team's second longest run this season alone. If they continue their success, the championship is in the bag for the Trojans. And after a rough 2018 season, men's volleyball has soared up the rankings to be number 5, and they are headed to the NCAA championships. This is huge for the Trojans because they will be making their 15th NCAA appearance since 2012. They began playing their 17th tournament in an opening round against Lewis this Tuesday, April 30th. USC has an all-time record of 5-3 against Lewis. In their last match, they didn't do so hot, but I have faith that they will make it past this first round. The women's water polo team had one stellar year. At one point, they had a game-winning streak of over 20 games. But they lost to Stanford late March. Regardless of that loss, they have not lost another match. On Saturday, they defeated the Bruins for the 6th time in a row. This would not have been possible without the 4-goal lead by sophomore Paige Hochschild. Hochschild scored their 100th career goal and was named MPSF Player of the Week. The women of Troy hope their winning streak carries them through the tournament, defeating number 7 seed Indiana this Friday. The number 6 ranked USC men's golf team is currently in the Pac-12 championships. The team is number 4 after being led by world number 1 amateur Justin Suh, which is no light title. The Trojans hashed it out in a final match with Oregon and Arizona State this morning. They're looking for a strong finish. Suh will be back on the field later today to pursue his 2nd conference title. The Trojans will play their last 9 holes at 2 p.m. on the Pac-12 network. Let's keep our fingers crossed for the Trojans in their final championship games. Now let's toss it over to myself doing a special edition of Ask an Athlete. Hi, I am Isabel Castillo for Annenberg Media, and today I'm here with a very special guest, Christian Amell. And Christian is joining me for a very special version of Ask an Athlete, Ask a Spirit Leader. Welcome, Christian.
Thank you.
So you have 60 seconds, and I'm basically going to ask you different questions that fill up those 60 seconds, and you have to answer them to completion. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Alrighty. What are some of your pregame rituals?
Yeah, so before every game, I'll make sure to take a shower so I'm fresh. I don't really want to blow out the fans. And then I kind of get my pregame song going, and I get my megaphone ready, and I get down to the stadium or the arena, wherever I'm going, and get myself hyped up so I can get other people hyped up.
Okay, what is your go-to gym song?
I would have to say Old Town Road by Lil Nas X.
What do you do on your free time?
So I'm an entrepreneur, and so I spend a lot of time in the studio working with other entrepreneurs, working with co-founders, making sure I have all the components ready so that when I launch my brand, it's fully back to go.
Okay, who is your funniest teammate?
This girl named Mackenzie McCall. She has the most adorable voice, and she's always cracking jokes. We go way back. We've been on the team for 3 years together.
So I know it's your last season as a Spirit Leader. What is your most memorable memory of your seasons here?
I have to say the home game against Texas 2 years ago. We went into, I think, double overtime, and we ended up winning that game. The game was up in the air, and I remember the stadium going crazy. We got our last touchdown and then stopped them from scoring. And, the most electric stadiums, the most electric games I've ever been in as a school leader or as a fan of them.
Okay, so time is up, and I think Christian did a pretty good job. We are looking forward to seeing you in the fall, right? You're going to be doing your last semester of Spirit, I believe. So let's cheer him on from the stands, and thank you so much for being here today. Anything else you have to say to the viewers?
Fight on.
Fight on.
I love a good fight on, don't you?
Fight on, you got to.
Before we close this show, we have a piece of sports scene history for you guys.
Yeah, folks, today is my last day ever here on the airwaves. Promised everyone I'd keep it together, but my last day here on the airwaves, and I think in honor, some folks behind the scenes have queued up my first appearance on the show, and I'm so grateful for that. So I think we got that rolling right now. The top-ranked USC women's water polo team is coming off an 11-6 victory over the 10th-ranked San Jose State Spartans this weekend. With the victory, the women of Troy improved their regular season record to a perfect 15-0. While the wins have come in bunches for the team this season, nothing has come easy for them this spring. The team's last 7 wins have in fact come against opponents ranking in the top 10 nationally. A few things I'm thankful for. I'm gonna let people know. First, I'm thankful for Accutane. Helped my acne out severely. Dude, I had really bad acne my freshman year, but that goes away when you take a lot of pills. But anyways, seriously, on a serious note, folks, I do have a few people I want to thank very much. There's a great quote I'm gonna wrap up with. If you see a turtle on the top of a fence post, you know it didn't get there by itself. It's by the helping hands of many others that I've had the great career here that I've had, that I've enjoyed everything. And I don't know what my future holds, but I know who holds my future. The good Lord brought me here, and he'll cover me going forward. So I'm grateful, my man. You're one of my many blessings, bro. So grateful, and it has been an absolute pleasure, man.
It's been an honor having you here, man.
Serious,
We're gonna
dog.
miss you. Seriously.
Appreciate you, bro.
You, man. It's actually poetic because I started here with Angel, and now I get to be on his last show.
Love you, bro.
You can't write a better story than that, right?
All right, man. Let's send this thing out.
Let's send it off.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to our final episode of Sports Scene this semester. For the last time, I'm Angel Vizcarra.
And I'm Cecil Hannibal. You can watch us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Annenberg Media Sports. Have a great summer, guys.
Appreciate it.